You got a little bit. You got a little bit of time. We got the devs are in the deploying ritual, so give your Gotchis the attention they deserve. You got a little bit of time here.
You just mentioned a deploying ritual. Is there an actual ritual around deployments? There's some cultural thing in Pixelcraft we don't know about.
There's a lot of, especially for the Gotchiverse, there's a lot to it. There's like multiple builds that have to finish and stuff in a specific order. So yeah, it can get pretty complicated.
So is it more of a ritual or like a foxhole prayer that everything just works?
Both.
Hefe knows a thing or two about that.
You got that right.
How your friends doing?
The Gotcha songs.
Yep.
It's always nice to start off with a good shout out to the Gotchi gang. Nothing like seeing that audience count just skyrocket upward towards that 100 mark. Like there's nothing to it.
GM, everybody.
GM Gravy.
GM Artist Gravy.
Yo, what up?
Many GMs to everybody.
I don't know if you guys noticed that, but I am the artist of the skinny piece.
Would you like to tell us about your process?
Yeah, it was pretty artistic. Art is a verb.
Sounds like it.
So I arted.
You arted.
That was pretty artistic.
You've been holding that one in for a while.
Yeah, it was the perfect time in my life to release it. Right on.
Man.
Big day. Big week. Holy cow. It just keeps going.
Hey, you know what? It just occurred to me. Gravy, you are the first one to get flagged, technically.
Yeah, I was the first GM in the Gotchiverse. I have proof of that. It's not an NFT, but I have proof of that. And I was the first one to flag. So I'm pretty pumped about that. A couple of firsts. But yeah, we flagged it 10 times. We're gonna check out the process, get that all fixed, so that goes into fake Gotchi history correctly. I don't want to be that faulty Pokemon card that's worth way more just because Gravy accidentally got the artist name.
One way to get into fake Gotchis, right?
Yeah, that is one way to sneak in, but I'm more than happy being in the description of it rather than the title or the artist of it. Right on. So anybody in here? We got 110 people 3 minutes in. Looking great. Just a reminder, everybody, I'm sure you're already aware, this is an XP event. We will send out the type form when appropriate. So when type forms, we will get there eventually. So put that, address that immediately.
And have you guys seen all the cool stuff that's coming out? We've been dropping some tweets over the last couple weeks here, but I would love to hear, what are you most excited about of all the 3 features? Well, 4 with fake Gotchis.
I'm excited about the art collection, but the bounce gate is like game changing because it allows us to have parties and eventually drop tokens and make events. So that's really what I'm excited for.
I'm excited about observer mode because I was just talking to some people and they're just like, they look at what we're doing. They're like, oh, that's so cool. Before they had to have a Gotchi to get in. It's a bit of a buzzkill, but now it's like, hey, just click observer mode, boom, you're in. You can even go to a bounce gate. You can jump into someone else's parcel and be right in the action immediately. It's going to be really nice.
This goes very well with. I had that AMA with Quick Swap and Versa games on last week Friday, and one of the main questions that we discussed for a while was like, how do you get people involved when these NFTs are so expensive, blah blah blah, and everybody on the panel had their own their own topic, and and their own solution. And I let everybody kind of, have their time in the spotlight. And I was like, I got a good answer for that. We introduced not only Gotchi Lending, but we have the Observer coming next week. So this is kind of perfect timing for that particular conversation. Super excited to get some people that are curious, some influencers that I've been talking to, getting in there for absolutely free, being able to, take a look at it and test driving it out before speaking about it. I think that's going to relieve a lot of hesitation for just the general public as well. If there is any hesitation there, that is.
Yeah, I think it lowers the barrier to entry significantly. Even for people who, like you say, may be curious, they just want to check it out. I have friends and family members who, they know everything I do with Avagachi now, and this will be an easy way for them to buy in. At least maybe get a better handle of what we've been talking about here.
Oh, for sure. My nephew is very interested in what I do because I told him the easiest way to explain it to him was video games. That's the easiest way that he could comprehend it. So immediately he's like, all right, can I have an Avagachi? And I was like, ooh, yeah. We can get you an Observer ASAP now.
Yeah.
Better get ready to
I'll give you.
if you want it.
Tell him you can give me $10. I'll give you an Observer. Instant.
Right.
cool.
Yeah. Just start making money off of observers.
The cool thing is also with the observers, it opens it for onboarding without really affecting the rental market because they get the taste. Like it's almost like we're drug dealers. Like here's a taste of the Gotchiverse, and once they like it, it's like yeah, come and rent. So it's like I don't feel like it's going to hurt the rental market at all.
Oh no! I mean the bottom line is with the Observer, you can do everything except earn. So if you want to grow some hams, obviously the next step is to either borrow a Gotchi or purchase one. So super, it's another step to the ladder to make it easier to reach that bull on the top shelf.
I don't want to underappreciate the fake gotchis and the NFT installations as well. That's definitely the thing that's got my primary attention. I'm already looking forward to lazy evenings perusing the Gotchiverse to find some displayed art that's kind of tucked away in an interior zone, not on the roadside.
For sure. Or using a bounce gate.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to using these bounce gates, and I see Jesse dropped something in the chat there. Are these observers going to be distinct from one another? We see different colors, right? It's all these different colors. Are they correlated to anything? Or is there some alpha on that?
There was a tweet the other day, right? It was like where the observers are from. Just another look at that beautiful map that we have that we've only really just begun exploring. Let's see if I can find that tweet. There it is. We got this right now. We're in the Citadel here. We got the beach under us. We got the caverns surrounded by the dark forest. And according to the lore, well, these guys took it from my desk. It was not supposed to go out, but someone found it. They tweeted it, so it's history now.
Ooh, Gotchi Bulls has a good question. Will we need an altar on the parcel to have a bounce gate?
I don't think so. There should not need one. Same with NFT display. I don't think you'll need one.
Okay, cool. Because if you fill up your parcel full of NFT displays, you need, just at least a bounce gate.
Okay, so that's cool.
Can you guys hear me?
Oh,
We got
yeah. I
you.
can hear you now. Yeah, we got
Here
you.
it
Give it a check. Can we hear you?
Wonderful. Yeah, there's a second aspect to the observers. Like once you get a bunch of them in a room, you got to think about
are they nameless or do they have a name? Right? Like, is it just this anonymous observer, or is there at least some sense of identity to it? That was more what I was hinting at earlier. I think Coder Dan holds the answer.
That's true. Yeah. What should we call them?
Like, would they
I
be
think
able to pick their own names?
They're peeping toms because they're watching us.
Yeah, it's just be a randomized list of famous peeping toms, if there is such a list out there. I'm not familiar. Marty McFly.
There you go. I like that.
No, I think we confirmed it. We're going to have a randomized list, but it won't be peeping toms. It'll be a randomized list of various names that just auto-populate with each one that comes up. So, like, when you have your observer, you're going to have a name under it at least where you're able to identify which one it is. Dan, did that make it into the release on day one,
yes.
or is that?
I believe so. That should be coming.
Wow. That's great. We were pushing for that.
Oh, they should be.
If we had
We
got
thought
our
about it.
wallet, will we still have the option to grab an observer?
What do you mean, grab an observer?
Like, say if I want to go into the game and be an observer, could I do that if I have Gotchis already?
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna be trolling people.
Yeah. That's what I said. I had a tweet the other day. I like to, or I think it was who tweeted that. I like to go into the game undercover as an observer and watch the plebs. By the way, this is not related to the Gotchiverse at all, really, but well, it kind of is in a tangential way. But the Diamond standard, which we use for pretty much all of our contracts, is now a final Ethereum smart contract standard. Huge day for the Diamonds. Everyone go and give Mudgeon a congratulations. It's been, I remember, I mean, when we first started Avagachi, everyone was like, they would like joke because he was just hustling so hard to make people aware of it. He would go on every GitHub, every issue, every EIP, and he would just like shill this Diamond standard to people. And you know, it took him about 2 years, but it finally became an official ERC, and a lot of different smart contracts like Open Zeppelin are going to be adopting part of his Diamond standard for their own stuff. So there's still a lot of kind of hatred against it for some reason. A lot of, I call them Open Zeppelin simps, but they're, you know, he doesn't care about the haters. He just does his code and makes and helps people implement the diamonds in their contracts, and it's been really cool to watch.
Yeah, I saw a Twitter post yesterday kind of criticizing the diamond. Why use the diamond when you could use, I forgot what they were saying. And I saw that you chimed in, I think. I know Nick chimed in, but it just seemed like it wasn't like a genuine argument. It was just kind of stupid. Like, oh, this is, you could be doing something else instead of using this new standard. And it's like, yeah, all right. And I saw I think Tim Dan, a few other Gotchi devs kind of, I thought they were Gotchi devs, names I recognized kind of chimed in. And it's like, you don't understand what we're doing here. Yeah.
I don't, these people, like, they there was a lot of hate from what was it? Not Consensus, but Trail of Bits. Yeah, for some reason, like the Trail of Bits guys just hate the Diamond standard. So they would put out all these like hit pieces on the Diamond standard. And Nick had to like spend quite a long time disproving them. Like he would write these blog posts like going through each of their issues and explaining it. So I don't know if they ever changed their mind, but it doesn't really matter at this point.
Is it kind of like a Bitcoin maxis kind of thing? Like, you know, you get so attached to a concept and it's like you can't like let that go, you know, no matter what. Maybe
yeah, it's like, well, most of the, you know, a lot of the ecosystem doesn't really like the idea of upgradable contracts. And I think for certain projects, yeah, they don't need to be upgradable. For an NFT game, I think it's a little bit different, and we're shipping code so quickly that to keep up with things, because it's a game, it's not a immutable protocol. That having the diamond standard just makes it so easy to do that, and really helps our development process. And with proxies, proxies are like so annoying, because like if you forget to initiate your proxy, some hacker can come in and just rug your project. And a lot of projects have had that happen to them. Most of or a lot of the big hacks are because of proxies not being initiated. So we don't have that issue. So that's why I reply. I'm like, well, if you prefer your contracts to get hacked by uninitiated proxies, then yeah, go ahead, keep using the Open Zeppelin proxies. But if you want your contracts to be Chad, you can use a diamond for them. Yeah, as Jesse said, even the fake Gotchis cards total is a nod to the diamond standard. There's 2,535. That's Jesse. That's some really good trivia one day. We'll have to. Why is the what is significant about the number of fake Gotchi cards or something? Could definitely be
That's a Jeopardy question, I feel.
It's an NFT NYC 2023 question.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were too easy in New York this year. We gotta have trickier questions next time. Oh, and Ian GIF just popped up. That's awesome. Hope everyone's doing their freckle this week. This is the week to do it. Big rewards over at freckle.live. Did I get the address right?
Yes.
Freckle.live. Day 4 already. Jeez, time flies.
Time do they put them out every day?
To the question from Elliot, like, what's the particularly interesting about the diamond versus others? There is the upgradable contracts aspect, but it's more than that, right, Dan? If you don't care about the upgradable part, it allows each facet is basically like you have that memory, and then you have the contract memory. And so my understanding is you're able to basically create a lot more with a lot less by just using the diamond standard. Like, you don't have to worry about the same amount of issues that a single contract would have.
Yeah.
Courtney, is that a good layman example of that?
Yeah, so imagine you have like a fairly complicated contract. There's a limited number of bytes that can fit into a contract. It's like 24 kilobytes. So once you go over that limit, you need to make a new contract, and then you need to like link it back to the others. And you just get this issue where you have like 10 different separate proxy contracts that all need to be linked up to each other. And it's just this horrible mess. It's so easy to forget to initiate one, or like have an issue in one of your scripts that leads to an attack vector. So with the diamond, you just have one proxy, and you have all these facets that are talking to that one proxy address. And so that's why when you go to like OpenSea, we have like one diamond, one NFT, and that NFT contract address holds all of the Avogotchi stuff. We don't have to have like 10 different contracts, one to handle the DAO, one to handle like the wearables or the SVG. It's all part of the same contract. So it's really, really powerful. It's a super interesting and super cool way to build a contract. And I really think new builders in the space are going to be drawn to it very strongly, because it's just so much easier and more intuitive than what currently exists. It's already becoming like a standard that a lot of people are using.
John got. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
You actually can deploy it as an immutable diamond as well. So say you want to use all that functionality, you can still deploy it as an immutable diamond. It doesn't have to be upgradable if you don't want it to be. There's no bad side. There's literally no downside to doing it this way. You can make an immutable diamond. You could write Uniswap as an immutable diamond, and it would be super clean code. There's no downside.
Suck it, Trail of Bits. Suck it.
Seriously.
I was gonna say John Gotchi's working on a little side project. He's just as enthusiastic about the Diamonds contract and his a lot of his the features he's building for his Web3 school is using the Diamond standard for that. He showed me the other day. We were on a call. He kind of showed me everything he's working on, and one of the things he would like to do is he's been using, I think it's like WebGL or 3JS library. It's like all these physical, or it's not physical, but 3D assets. And he wants to create a 3D rendered like diamond, and you can click on the facets of the diamond, and it'll like teach you about the diamond standard, so you can learn. But it's like a 3D interactive. You'll be able to rotate it. You can look at it from different sides, and he's gonna like build like little lessons into each facet, so you can click on it, and it was kind of interesting the way he was. Yeah, there it is.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing what he does with that.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's the kind of intuitive stuff I like totally can get behind. John Gotchi's working on that?
John Gotchi, big brain. That's he's also doing the John Gotchi's Web3 school. So he's building some crazy stuff. I was blown away by our call the other day, the things he was showing me. So
No way. All right. Old St. John Gotchi. Cool.
Just drop the
drop
type
some
form
links
here,
down,
friends. Make sure you
That's another-
hit that, smash the type form.
Even Gravy saying when type form. That's when you know it's bad.
Friends, just remember, if you're using a cold wallet, to actually use that address. I've done this a couple times where I put in my hot wallet address where the Gotchis are not residing, so the XP just goes nowhere.
Yeah, good point. Get the right wallet in there. So we got that. We
Checking
got
in the
that
devs
stuff
here. We are getting close. These things are taking a little bit longer, but we're making progress.
Well, it's probably our biggest ship, maybe ever, other than the launch of the whole Gotchiverse itself. So
Yeah,
there's
there's a lot of
a
new
lot to
code for
push here.
sure. A lot of big back end stuff like to support these observers and the bounce gate and NFT display. A lot of new code that is pretty extensive. So this will be probably the biggest release we're going to have for a while, and then until we get to the combat release, which is actively being developed as we speak, as a prototype. So we're looking to definitely have something to show you guys fairly soon. But we want to revel in the art release here for a bit and do some performance and quality of life features that we've been wanting to get out for a while as well.
yeah, I really appreciate you guys taking the time to, because for a while ago, before all of this, it seemed like we were either gonna get the battle in the arena testing first, or we were gonna get some sort of art release. And you guys not only went with the art release, but then had all these other features that we didn't even know about. So it just ties in really well together, and especially the observers. Getting people in here and experiencing the Gotchiverse is going to be way easier than describing this whole experience, because there's so many moving pieces now at this point. So it's better to just say, get an observer, join me tonight. We'll go take you around on a tour, and we'll give you the inside scoop on the Gotchiverse.
Yeah, especially once you can drop Alchemica on the map, that's going to be really fun. That's definitely on the list of the short list of things to do.
Is anyone going to lead park tours, like the Gotchi, taking observers around the Gotchiverse and showing them and look over there and there's that parcel, you'll see tiles, and just going around and showing people stuff and teaching them, and maybe that's
Need
a
one one of those tour buses in LA where a Gotchi has a headset, and just to your left, you'll see Web3 School. To the right, you'll see the winner of the Mosaic Tile Contest.
Anthony wants to share, but he's mentally been all over this. We were just discussing this exact idea last Friday.
That's going to be amazing. Also, just I guess because this kind of ties in, I'm dropping a link. I'm going to be doing after the Polygon AMA with Abagachi tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern. Rep 3 is going to be interviewing me on a Twitter space. I'm going to just be talking about Abagachi. So if you're around, check it out. I'm just going to be doing my evangelism thing. So definitely keep an eye out for that tomorrow.
Nice. Very cool.
Nice. Is that just you, or is Mike Callum? Are you also joining that? I know the Rep 3 guys have been very interested in interacting with Avagachi.
We're gonna get a 2-for-1 special. Scheduling is gonna be no futuristic this Friday, and then Anthony and I have time slotted for next Friday for the same discussion in a different light.
Nice. Cool. Yeah, we'll have to follow up. That'll be nice. Double deck tour bus. I like that. Ave Lou in the comments. Yeah, Gravy. That's a good visual. We'll just get a double deck tour bus that like runs through the Gotchiverse at some point. Just like highlights all the different.
Do you guys ever envision mounts for Gotchis? Like, no, I mean, not anytime soon, but maybe in the grid or something, like your Gotchi's riding something, skateboard or a Lambo.
Saddle chair.
Saddle chair.
You like a 91 Toyota Camry or something like that?
That's a godlike. There's 5 of them.
Yeah, the 91 Civic is the common, right?
There we go. With a spoiler. Choina's getting in trouble for participating with us.
You gotta appreciate the commitment. Well done, Shoina.
Yeah, at one point somebody was driving a forklift during one of our events, I believe. If
That's
I remember
right.
correctly.
It was like one of the GBM auctions, right?
Yeah, that's right.
He was like getting outbid on the forklift.
Well, I can't be any worse than
Seriously?
like Dr. Wagme like being in the hospital doing this, right?
Mid surgery, getting in a bid.
He's having
It's
like
a
he must be
GBM.
having like eureka moments in a surgery. He's like halfway into the artery. It's like the forge, alloys.
And he starts talking about smelting, and people were like, "What? You gotta close them up."
Close them up. I got to talk about the forge.
Gotta get to the
Forge.
mouth.
I mean forceps.
Yeah. Forge forceps. little misspeak.
Hefe has a pretty strong track record of broadcasting straight through his fire alarms when they occur in his building relatively frequently.
Oh, that's pretty good.
They're timed around my spaces usually.
They also sound like a warning from like a fallout shelter, like your building's about to explode and the end of the world is coming.
It's right above my head. That's why. Yeah, it's literally above my head. But just gotta take the batteries out every now and then.
Hey, T-Bird says he's a doctor, but I know he's a captain actually. He runs a sailboat, some kind of ship.
You could be a doctor. You just gotta go far out enough into the ocean, right? And then do
Yeah, at
whatever
that
you
point, he's the only doctor.
I don't know if he has a moment to hop up here and tell the story himself, T-Bird, but he has a wonderful conversion story. You know, he's done his pitch with the Ghost Ship and his direct marketing of Avagachi assets to his customers that come down to do his sailing with him on the catamaran. And he recently had an individual that I think has 11 Gotchis now and has bought parcels and has really bid on hook, line, and sinker.
Wait, was that the same person that he got to buy the unopened portal that he told about Gotchi and he spent like 900 ghosts on an unopened portal?
Yeah, the very same individual got the bug in a big way and is now like a large-sized dolphin or a small-sized whale.
Nice. Yes.
That's amazing.
Hey,
That's very
I'm
cool.
just on Twitter here while we're waiting for the devs. But has anyone used Blur yet? The fastest NFT marketplace. I've been seeing a lot of people talking about it. Kind of different
I've
airdrop.
avoided it so far. I'm waiting to see if everybody else gets drained or if it's even worth it, because it's like it might be like, you know, WTF or SOS, where I still have all those coins in my wallet and they're worthless.
Oh, I remember SOS. That was
Yeah.
that was a good one.
It didn't last long.
No. Blur, I'll give them credit. That's a cool name. I mean, it's you immediately, it's like something I can remember, and I don't know if I need the fastest marketplace. Why do I need the fastest marketplace? It's for snipes, I see.
Yeah. It's like you
Flash
shouldn't be
trading NFTs now? How does that work?
That's like, yeah, that's a recipe to get wrecked real hard. Like, I thought people are already, they're using pseudo swap like recklessly. This seems even worse.
This seems very degen.
I appreciate the beauty of the GPM auction. It addresses so much.
I can appreciate their 80s retro vibe branding that they're going with. That's kind of cool. But I think we were on that ship way earlier. I like it. You see, actually, there's like a movement towards that. I can't remember where I heard it. It was a podcast or something. They're talking about this like brand movement towards like the 80s style. You see it with like Stranger Things and stuff, you know. And so I think people maybe are beginning to reappreciate that time, the like 80s and 90s.
I need the 90s to come
So it's
back.
kinda
'cause
cool
the fashion in the
Yeah.
90s was on point. I had velour suits and fucking baggy, like super baggy pants for no reason. I wouldn't mind seeing that come back.
We couldn't see no futuristics kneecaps. They were hidden.
Yeah, and I've lost weight, so all my clothing now looks baggy like that. So it'd be a perfect like transition fashion wise without me having to spend more money on clothing.
I'll tell you guys the truth. When I moved back to Singapore, actually, I had to move some stuff out of like some really untouched areas of my family's place, and I actually found a shirt from high school, Tommy Hilfiger, that still fits perfectly and is like basically brand new. So I've got some vintage Tommy Hilfiger that I can rock in Singapore anytime I want. I bust it out on rare occasions. I won't go all the way to Jinko jeans though. That's too far. I can't rock that.
Oh, that's cool, man. I used to work at Tommy Hilfiger. It was like one of my first jobs. I had all the shirts. I had all the colors.
Pepe, you were a model?
What's that?
You were a model for Tommy Hilfiger?
No, I was like a cashier at one of their stores.
Same thing.
Not as
Just one
glamorous.
step away
No.
from discovery. One step away from discovery.
That's right. We never came to that store, so it just didn't happen.
So now, before the DAO meetings, you're gonna have to walk the virtual runway in the Gotchiverse before we can like commence.
Oh man, too good. Speaking of the runway, I mean, we've got Halloween coming up, right? Once we get through the art release here and everybody's welcome, and everybody can get in, we're gonna have a good time. That's all I'm saying.
You got any alpha to drop there, sir?
You know, I'm just saying, like, Avagachi never turns their back on Halloween. That's like our first original party going back 2 years. We always have our best time at Halloween, which is literally like, I mean, basically a week from now. So it depends how much alpha we want to drop, honestly. But we got some stuff to do a week from now.
I guess while we're waiting for the devs here, we can drop a bit. Pick one.
Yeah, pick one. Guys, we've been busy. Other than the art release and fake gotchis, we want to have a good time next week. So I hope everybody shows up. We're thinking to host the party a week from Saturday. So our Saturday hangout will transform into a Halloween party it's technically the 29th because nobody wants to party on Monday. And
I got a phrase that I'm gonna drop. You guys see if you guys can figure it out. See, I gotta think about how to do this here.
Uh-oh.
Let's see.
Name that,
which
name that
one?
phrase.
Yeah. There's so many I could do. Yeah, this is probably the most famous one. So we got you shoot something that you shoot, and I don't even know how to do this. Something that you shoot with one of the. It's a small flying creature. It's probably terrible. Coming up with this on the fly, guys. So something you shoot out of a gun.
Illegal drugs. It is not illegal drugs, guys. We aren't shooting meth.
Something
Not
you
that kind of shoot.
No, out of a gun.
Oh.
Water gun.
That's as much as I'm gonna give. You guys should be able to figure it out.
We're going to be shooting clay targets that are shot off of a beach into the ocean.
Here, it's I'll give you a hint. This is a title. It's referencing a title.
Ooh. I just like all the gun memes coming through here.
I feel like Duck Hunt might be the right idea, but I don't know if that's it.
Duck Hunt. What's that have to do with Halloween, guys? Come on.
Yeah, you got to do this in the context of Halloween. Huck gun. Cocoa Rens.
I'll repeat it again. So something you fire from a gun and a small flying object that is it's beautiful to see. It's not a duck. Ducks they're not known. I mean, they fly, but they're not small.
We're talking bullet then, right? Bullet something.
Oh, getting close. I see someone getting close.
Yeah, he already says nothing to do with the duck. Man, ducks are taking over the internet more than the kittens. It's getting ridiculous out here. Mikey, it's a duck, right?
Probably duck. I've seen one guy that's getting kind of close, but he's not there yet, but he's close.
Oh my god. This is something Halloween themed that you shoot out, or it's something that comes out of something you shoot.
All right, what comes
And it
out of a
looks
gun?
beautiful.
Bullets.
All right, yeah. So keep going. What's the other part?
Some sort of bullet.
It's not a bullet with a duck. It's a bullet
It
with
looks beautiful across the ocean.
Someone was so close up there.
I think it's the one that mentioned sus, right?
Do we shoot observers, like observer cannons, and you shoot them across the, they're just observing and then they just get loaded up into this cannon and they're across the Gotchiverse now.
Yeah, I'm reverting my answer back to Duck Hunt.
All right, I'll give you another hint. Let's see, who was it? I think it was 1 night 4 is pretty close. But he needs to go further. 1984.
Oh, he was the one that was close. He was on
He's
the right
close
track.
one.
All right.
Filter out his messages.
Yeah,
There's nothing with ducks in there.
Everybody filter.
Oh, T-Bird.
Wow, that's pretty good.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, T-Bird's on point there. We're talking about. I should have dropped the hint. The best Chicago rock band of the last 30 years. We got to do some Smashing Pumpkins, and it does does involve some shooting. So, no, Nickelback is Canadian. Everybody knows that. Yeah, it's going to be good, guys. We're going to have basically a certain place in the Gotchiverse hosting a battle mode. Would that be fair to say? A kind of we want to battle test some gameplay elements for the Gotchiverse that are going to be used over time from now till infinitum. We got to use these anyway, and we're going to stress test them in a gamified environment on Halloween. So get ready to blow up some pumpkins, earn some Alchemica.
Got it. Yes, sir.
What'd Goob say? How'd Goob
Smash
say?
pumpkins with Alchemica inside.
You got it. That's it.
Got it.
We're literally smashing pumpkins and getting some Alchemica out. And it'll be all happening on Saturday the 29th. Is that Mariah Carey? She is going nuts there, Lord Vicky. Anyway,
She is poor form.
gotta throw her back out. But yeah, this is going to be the first time we kind of have PvE in the sense that we're attacking an object and it's releasing Alchemica, which will be very, very popular, or very, very not popular, but useful in the future.
There may or may not be a duck.
I think we have to put ducks in at this point. Call the devs. We're going to have to add ducks.
At least one exploding duck.
So this is actually the reason we can do this is, well, we're going to give it a try. Hopefully it's not going to blow up in our face, but we did do this big server refactoring, and so we should be able to have actual hearts shooting around this time. It shouldn't clog up the entire Gotchiverse this time. So hopefully we're optimistic. The tests have been pretty good that it should work pretty well. So it's gonna be fun. These pumpkins, you don't just hit them. They run away from you too. They're running pumpkins. They are pumpkins with legs. They'd be sliding.
Yeah, this is going to be. There's a little more to it. So I think if we get it all right, you're going to hit it. It's a moving target.
Yeah, I like
Are
the
we shooting
jump forward
bullets
idea
or are we
there.
shooting hearts?
Neither.
Oh, neither. Interesting. We're shooting something, right?
We're shooting ducks.
See,
No, we're shooting
we'll
ducks
see
at
what
pumpkins.
the Grandmaster Neon Kong comes up with.
Ducks now.
Shooting ducks at the pumpkin. We might have to change it to ducks at this point. Yeah. The reverse duck hunt. The ducks hunt you.
Yeah, when are we gonna have a duck hunt mini game with Avagachis? Mini devs, please hit it.
Might as well make it a Halloween tradition at this point. Every year we'll just shoot ducks.
Rags. We hunted their ancestors. Now they hunt us. Pretty good. No, duck hunt is like the best game I think ever. It's definitely top 10. But
It's the first game I ever played. I was like 5 playing that. It was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
dude, seriously, yeah. I think for a lot of us, that's like some of the earliest memories. I don't care about Mario. I was shooting ducks like age 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
going
yeah,
to friends' house just to play with the pistols because he had the upgraded like the shotgun and the pistols and stuff. So I was like, dang, don't have to use a controller.
Oh yeah, you gotta have the orange.
You gotta
pistol.
have that. Yeah.
Am I the only one that had like a healthy fear of dogs after that? Like this distrust for them inherently because they were always dicking around in the game?
I mean, you might be onto something there. I've always been. I'm not gonna lie. I don't hide it. I was more of a cat person generally, so I like the nonchalant cats. And maybe it was the dog from Duck Hunt. Maybe that's where it all started. Fucking weird dog,
Yeah, that giggle was creepy.
right? He never. He definitely wasn't my dog. Yeah, as Gotchi Bull says, very sus. Gotchi Bulls, where is your fake Gotchi? Where is it in the countdown? Are we on 3 days and change yet, or are we still in the 4 day zone? I feel like these things are going to be here by basically Monday or Sunday for some of us. It's going to be so.
Also,
So
have all
sweet.
the OG pieces, summoning words already entered the queue, or are some still waiting?
There's
It's
a
up
few
to the
more.
artist. We didn't publish it for them. They've got to publish it. So there's a couple left to be published.
I think on the call, we just got one published by Onigiri. 42 mints, looking pretty awesome.
Oh, that's Pepe Gang right there. That one's pretty epic.
Onigiri is
Yeah,
the OG Pepe, rare Pepe
Yeah.
artist. Rare Pepe
This
artist,
one
not
is
even fake
cool.
rare artist. That was like before fake rares.
Onigiri Pepe chose the wrong door and ended up in the Gotchi verse.
That's awesome.
Coder Dan, did
So
you
now we have-
that thread that was asking to potentially change the name of fake Gotchis, I guess, this morning or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, I saw that. It's not going to happen at this point, guys. It's a little bit too late for that conversation, I think.
It's just tough because, like, literally the contracts have been deployed and the names of the contracts are fake gotchis. You can't change that. It's not a diamond. We can't upgrade it. So it's really tough. Plus, I mean, I think if it was over, I would hope if that was really a name nobody wanted, then we would have heard about it a lot sooner, because obviously we're trying to tie into the greater context of kind of the history here of important NFTs and the fake rares and the rare Pepes, and obviously it's an homage to what they've accomplished. So it would be kind of
they really dig it on their community. It's like we're community building. They a lot of their guys really dig it. They get it. So it's also just we didn't want people to think that these are like real gotchis. So calling them fake gotchis actually makes a lot of sense, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think the meme will become stronger over time. People will get to know that as we see more fake rare artists and other communities coming in here from that side of things, and you know, I think it'll get more well known, and people will get the fake reference, you know, sooner or later.
Yeah, I don't mind the feedback, and you know, we can make a post and discuss and consider, but it just has to realistically consider the fact that the contracts are deployed. The name of the contract, the symbol of the NFTs is fake gotchis. There's just a lot to consider there, and you know, I hope everybody, you know, the majority is excited about it, and it'll grow on the rest of us. But like Dan says, it does two things. It acknowledges where we're kind of tying into, where we're excited about what the rare Pepes and the fake rares have accomplished, and we want to be a part of that story, a continuation of that with EVM. And then there's also the aspect that, you know, like, these are not actual Avagachis. These are derivatives of Avagachis. They're official derivatives, wink, wink, fake gotchis, which is pretty cool. So, yeah, I did see it. I think it's an interesting discussion. I just don't know if we can do much about it right now. Yeah,
it's obviously too late, but
Yeah,
not too late for Duck Hunt, huh? Is that, are we still, is that, no, I'm kidding.
No, we'll have the Smashing Pumpkins next Saturday. It's gonna be great.
And then let's not forget the original fake Pepagotchi is actually an Avagachi themed fake rare, Series 4, I think card 43. And so that's an actual collectible in the fake rare collection. And it's actually been featured in a few museums already. So like physical art, I think it was at Art Basel. I think it's been at a few of these art kind of shows. So it's making its rounds in public, you know.
Yeah, very good point. Art Basel, you mentioning that, like, is anyone interested or considering going to Art Basel Miami in December? I think it's December 1 through 3. We're
Yeah.
considering having a presence there for fake gotchis and avagachi. So if you're going to be going to that and you're pretty much intent on it, definitely let us know, because we're putting boots on the ground there with Pixelcraft and wanna represent for fake gotchis and advocate for the art that everybody here is making.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, I've been thinking about it. I've been talking to Master Yin and Yang about it too, to see what their plans are, because they live out there. So try and figure something out.
It's also Miami in December is beautiful. It's like just nice weather compared to like, the frozen tundra up north.
Yeah, I had a feeling. I mean, you're pretty cozy. I don't know what early December is like in Nashville or wherever you're at, No Futuristic, but I had a feeling you might be heading down that way. Good old friend Lost Local, he's joined Pixelcraft as full-time for our physicals division. He's leading that whole effort, and he's going to be leading everything going on down in Art Basel and beyond. So definitely reach out if anyone is considering going or already planning to go. We want to have a meetup down there. We want to have a good time. We want to represent and advocate for fake gotchis and avagachi. So I think we might have Lost Local here in the
Is he on
call
the call
today.
here? Yeah.
If he is, he should hop up and say hi.
Oh, here we go.
He's actually been running stuff, in terms of getting the physical division up and running. He's on it. Yeah, great. As Gravy says, can I have some merch? Is that Muppets? Those do not look like Muppets. I don't know what that's from, but that looks.
I think it's just some degen hand puppets.
as you do. But anyway, Miami's going to be lit, and Avagachi will have a presence. So we need to if you guys are going, let us know. It does look like Crank Yakers. I would agree. 1984. Yeah, how has nobody done Muppets on Ethereum blockchain yet? Hello.
I know somebody recently did like Chimpsons, like they look like a Simpsons derivative. Choina had talked about it, but I figured that got delisted already.
Chimpsons.
Oh, we'll OpenSea delist that. Is that too much IP overlap?
Sadly, $1 million idea. $10 million idea, bro. There you go.
Somebody run with it. I like how Transistor's in the comments saying to Thrax's Keanu Reeves gif, all I see is a red uranium rod. You win the comment section. Because we don't even have red ones. We just have green ones, but we should have red ones. I just think the red or just the uranium rod in general is one of the best wearables we have. That thing is so elegant in its simplicity.
If only it was a little bit more obtainable. Maybe a physical uranium rod would be nice. Collectible, Collectible uranium rod. Non-toxic.
Non-toxic uranium rod up for sale. That would be the best.
See, lots
Hey
of
guys,
taking
I
notes.
was late to the stage here. I missed my acceptance.
Hey, sir.
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Cool. Yeah. So I already got a message from No Future about Miami.
Oh,
If
yeah.
anyone's looking to be down there, definitely let us know. We're working on a few different things and a few different approaches, but want to get Gotchi Gang together and represent fake Gotchis amongst all the other highfalutin art that'll be floating around.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be an incredible week, and it wouldn't be right if we're not part of it. So, Lost Local, you're literally on the ground in Miami right now, right? You flew in just to take care of business and set things up for what, like basically roughly a month from now?
Yeah, exactly. I came down for that, and also I had been a couple of years since I went scuba diving, so I got back under the water for an hour to get away from the world, which was nice. But yeah, I'm down here now. Art Basil's like the big event down here, so people are already starting to gear up and get the gears turning and all that.
That's awesome. We're super happy to have you on the team, and basically, there's a huge effort here going into the next year that you're going to be a big part of setting up and leading, and your expertise and your background totally speaks to it, which is setting up the whole physicals aspect of the Avagachi universe. And couldn't be more excited about where it's going. So everybody, just take note. Lost Local is in control and totally has an idea of where he's going to be steering us where we need to go in terms of real life meetups in the U.S. as well as actually some of the physical and designs. Like, for example, the sweater. Everybody saw the sweater that's coming out. That's Lost Local, everybody. Lost Local and the designs of Zbot, of course. That's all coming together. So super excited where that's going.
Oh yeah, it's super exciting to be bringing anything and everything Gotchi to life. And if ever anyone here, free to ping me on Twitter or on Discord for a chat. And if you got any ideas for anything in the physical goods realm, definitely want to try to get everyone's hopes and wishes to come to reality at some point. So the sky's the limit. There's just so many cool things that we can do with gotchis and wearables. So
I will say,
very exciting endeavor.
in New York, I got to meet you, Lost Local, and you helped organize the party, and it was on point. So it's like you fit into this group of shippers very well, I think.
Well, it's a great. I mean, I won't go too into it, but a little over a year ago, Avagachi was the project that when I was doing research on NFTs, I came across Coder Dan's video with Hishoshi, and the context of Avagachi is what made NFTs make sense to me overall. So it's very cool to be involved in any way with this project, because this project really made NFTs make sense, and was the first, my first kind of like deep dive into NFTs, and it still remains, in my opinion, to be the most developed and the most advanced and bestest project out there. So it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's a good point. No futuristic. I mean, Lost Local really made New York happen for us, right? In terms of putting together everything, putting everything in place for the official Avagachi meetup, and it went off without a hitch. Like, it was super smooth, and that was our first work with Lost Local in an official capacity, and it was very impressive. And from there, we learned a lot more about what Lost Local does and your background and everything you do in terms of your background with merchandising and various elements of that kind of aspect. That's your background. So we're super excited to have you as a part of this and able to lead that effort. And Yeah, I think we're going to be having a lot more announcements on that front soon, but just getting started with this Christmas and the sweaters and the socks and some of that kind of stuff. We're going to all have a very cozy Christmas and holiday together at the end of this year.
Yeah, that's gonna be a quality sweater. I really looking forward to that. And the socks too, man. Dang. I'm gonna get a couple pairs.
Yeah, absolutely.
I really. Was the Bugatti luggage kind of a lost local project too, or like I've seen you guys been pushing some really quality stuff, so I'm looking forward to like what else.
Whatever's physical coming from Pixelcraft, just credit it. Lost Local's leading all of that. He's in charge of all of it. So, yeah, I think White Ranger, he was the winner of that. He should be receiving his one of one luggage here in the next week or two. It's gonna be very, very soon. We've been pushing on that. So, I hope we have a big announcement from him getting that very, very soon, and then I can be super, super jealous. Zbot's in the chat. He met Lost Local way back in the day, I think in LA. Where'd you guys meet?
Yeah, at NFTLA. That was the first time. That was my first meeting with anyone in real life from the Gotchi team, and he could probably tell you I was like starstruck. I was so stoked. I was like over the moon. But yeah, we met at NFTLA, and I saw him. He was wearing his signature Gotchi sweatshirt. I was like, no way.
Yep, you're like, that's got to be Zbot.
It's got to be. Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome. Very cool. Well, we're going to have a lot of announcements on that front for sure. Christmas and just the holiday season in general is coming. And let's see what else is coming. Coder Dan, are you in the boiler room popping in and out? Where are we about to ship some awesome stuff? Or,
yeah, I think Observer Mode is coming soon, and the other two they're still waiting for some back end code to go through. But it looks like there is progress being made. It's a pretty big update, and it looks like they ran into some build error stuff. So working through it.
As you do.
But we should have Observer Mode coming pretty soon. I think that's going to come first.
Okay, that's interesting, Alpha. That's good to know. So, like, if Observer Mode comes through first, I don't know about you guys, but I want to try it with or without an Avogacci. I want to hop in as an observer, give it a shot.
Yeah. I'm observing.
This is going to be big because this means literally anytime, anywhere, anybody you want to, you're talking to anybody about the Gotchiverse. That whole like, oh yeah, I'll borrow an Avogacci later. That whole argument goes out the window. It's like, nah, you can hop in right now. Just click this link, check it out. That's a game changer. And everything
mobile, I've seen stirrings.
Yeah.
I've seen stirrings in the team that they're working on some updates for mobile as well. Still not full like mobile compatibility, but much better than we have now. So imagine just open your phone, boom, you can jump in as an observer, hit the bounce gate, and you're in within just a few minutes on your phone. That's going to be lit.
It's going to be huge because that's something we heard a lot from the other communities, parts of the world, maybe where like your laptop is your main computer if you have one or you're sharing it. Otherwise, you're going to a cafe, to play. So now you can play on your phone. That's awesome. Well, when you can play on your phone, that'll be awesome.
Do you think that via mobile, like if I'm using a hot wallet that lending operator, blah blah blah, would I be able to like access my rented Gotchis like that I've rented to that hot wallet via mobile? Or is it, I mean, that's probably down the line, right?
Like if you're logged in with MetaMask, you would be able to, yeah.
Okay, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's probably the best way to do it because I think there's still, I don't know, mobile with Web3 still is a bit risky from what I've heard. I mean, people always getting their phones hacked and stuff when they have their MetaMask with their main wallet. So it is good OPSEC to do it that way. Don't have everything on your phone with MetaMask.
Since we have a moment, do you know or have a timeline for when the whitelist for parcels, like parcel access, specifically, I guess, channeling rent to Gotchis potentially, will be enabled?
That's one of the quality of life features that is pretty much done on the contract side. We just need to get that deployed on the front end side. So it's definitely going to be coming after this release. It'll be one of the high priority items for you guys.
Dope.
I know a lot of people really want that. It's just haven't been able to have the bandwidth to do it yet.
Yeah, I just want to get my, land out of my hot wallet. that's the only thing that's left in there.
Yep. We're almost there. Getting close. I see some rustlings in the dev chat.
And so we'll be able to host events through the bounce gates now by charging them up, right? Like there was a feature where you would spend glitter, and you would be on a queue. Is that queue going to be populating now with this update?
Yep. So yeah, they're basically so with the bounce gate. To activate it, you just need to spend a little bit of glitter. It's one glitter is 2.2 seconds. So if I calculated it, if you do it for a whole year, it's about 15 million glitter, which really isn't that bad at these prices. So I think it's a pretty good deal because you'll be able to flit around from parcel to parcel if you have a bounce gate on each of them. So it's going to be pretty cool. Instant transportation in the Gotchiverse. So the other part of that is if you want to have your event on the high up in the rankings on the leaderboard, basically like when people go and they look at different locations, they will be ranking that by priority, and priority is increased by spending alchemica, and to prevent people from buying a bunch of priority and then just being on the leaderboard forever, it does go down 0.01% every minute. So it goes down pretty slowly, but it does go down. Eventually, it goes to zero after a long time, or it approaches zero. Doesn't actually ever go to zero, but that's going to be a cool feature. And currently on our UI, we're displaying a list of all the events, and we're going to continue to work on expanding that page and making it more of a full screen experience. So all the events will be listed in a very nice kind of a way to just help people discover different events that are happening in the game. Because I can definitely see once fake gotchis are out, we got the NFT displays. We got the Bazaar link. I can definitely see people doing events with their NFTs and the NFT displays in the Gotchiverse. That's going to be there's definitely an opportunity there for some enterprising players to start setting up galleries and stuff and attracting people to the artists and their collectors to try and do some events in the Gotchiverse.
Oh hell yeah! I definitely see that side of things of having multiple art galleries, being the event hoster and the curator of all these pieces, and I think there's going to be a range of different events based around just that. Just come check out the art gallery. I think maybe having some sort of audio component eventually would be kind of cool too. Like whenever that comes down the line, to have I could get like FaZe to do like a DJ set or something, and you could like listen to it on the parcel. Like that'd be kind of cool. But all these other elements that'll like layer in on over top. I know Jesse said maybe in the future we could have like Alchemica drops, like little localized Alchemica drops at the party, and I think it's just going to keep getting better from this first launch.
Yeah, like you guys got to remember, we're literally building this game in real time, and like feature by feature, it starts from something that is kind of playable for a couple minutes, and then it might get boring. To suddenly you just add more and more content and ways for people to create content, that it just gets more and more. There's more to do. There's people will start deciding like, hey, it's actually kind of fun spending time in here, or there's more stuff that I can do, so I'm going to spend more time in this game. Like, it just takes time to get all those different features built out that are going to convince people that it's like worth looking into this game and this metaverse. But we're going to get there. We're definitely making good progress. I am really excited about the combat as well. Like the idea of the arena that we're thinking of is going to be really, really cool. We'll have more alpha on that later, I'm sure.
Question: could you show us any of the beta images you might have from like for some of the stuff like the bounce gates, like what the template, the UI will look like? Do you have images, stuff like that you can share with us?
Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, because I don't think I've seen references to bounce gates, but nothing about the UI yet.
Yeah, we don't show off the UI enough. We need to show the UI some more in our tweets and stuff. I'll pull one up right now for you. I'm checking in with the devs here. It looks like we are getting very, very close. Just a couple of final things to deploy here. And yeah, the front end will be coming out very soon for this issue where you can't get in. It's hard to get both of them to deploy at the exact same time. So the front end will be live very soon.
Did you guys see the booty chatter from that guy in the Bahamas? What's his name? Sam. Anybody know what I'm talking about?
That what? That's
No,
SBF?
sir.
You mean that fried man that's acting like a dick?
Yeah, exactly. That guy. The guy that's like, oh, we just need to regulate everything so nobody can be anonymous in blockchain anymore.
Effective altruism.
Unbelievable. Yeah, Sam Bankman. Got the name Bank in his name. just occurred to me.
Trying to corner the market, I see.
Yeah, it's like super old world stuff. Like, oh, I made it first, and now I'm gonna try to regulate everybody else out of competition.
They call that raising the ladder. Like once you've made it, it's a big F you to everyone who hasn't made it. I'm just going to raise the ladder, make it harder for everyone to get to where I was able to get to.
Is that the term? I like that. Raising the ladder. Well, Sam can suck it as well.
We're gonna keep that anchor. We're gonna keep that ladder anchored down. It's going nowhere. So we're gonna keep climbing that ladder.
Here we go. Got a hot UI coming in. Update event. This is on the testnet right now. But you can see here the duration. The name is LFG. I was playing with some images, so I got the Gotchi Bulls family portrait as my image. You can see it's got the parcel name there and the ID and the duration. It's going to last. This is the remaining duration. It lasts for 1 day, 19 hours, and you can. This is I'm updating the event here. I've already created it, so you can update it and you can increase the time you want it to last. You can also increase the priority points by spending FUD, FOMO, Alpha, or KEK. And you can see there it says your priority points go down by 0.01% per minute. And it tells you what number your event is in the events list, and that's based on priority. So that pretty much covers all the main stuff. And I don't think you can't update the picture once it's been selected, and you can't change the name either. Those are kind of set in stone for that event. Yeah, it's a nice looking UI.
So this is beautiful here. Now the duration says 1 day, 19 hours. So tell us what that means. That means basically based on your glitter that you spent, you're going to be on the front page for 1 day and 19 hours, or what exactly does that mean?
That means that people can use this event for 1 day and 19 hours, assuming you don't top it up. Once that duration is 0, then this event will disappear from the UI, and you won't be able to spawn on it anymore. That doesn't have anything to do with the priority. The priority is basically it's not a hard or fast rule or on what position you are, because they could always spend more than you, and they could get higher than you. So that's why I'm currently number 1. But if someone goes higher than me, it'll tell you how much you need to spend to get to the next level. It'll be like you need to spend you need to increase by 500 points to get number 1 in the list.
Incoming attention wars.
Yeah. So you can imagine, like, once these events are actually kind of hot and people they're looking for the next one. Maybe there's an Alchemica drop, or maybe there's like it reminds me of college. I used to go around to all the events and like attend them because they gave out free pizza. Like, I might go and I might see, oh, this event looks pretty cool. They're giving out Alchemica. And they're priority number 1. I'm gonna jump in there and see what's going on.
Oh yeah, that's cool. I like that.
I just jumped in the Gotchiverse as an observer, and the first prompt is this very long, like, of new updates, like craft and equip NFT displays to show off NFTs in the Gotchiverse. NFT displays come in basic, unlimited, and LE golden craftable for only 2 weeks. Craft and equip the bounce gate to enable anyone to spawn on your parcel. Charge the gate with glitter and increase your position in the priority leadership board with Alchemica. The Gotchiverse is now accessible to everyone. Join as an observer. A new player type that can move, build, and chat, but cannot farm or pick up Alchemica. Many other bug fixes and improvements. Commence the Gotchisance.
There it is.
Yeah.
Literally not enough space.
Tobe, Tobe.
You guys jumped all the way to 4.5 with this.
I'm logging in as an observer right now. Super stoked. No futuristic.
I'm
Your name was
observing.
Obi. Nice.
You gotta observe. I'm trying the observer feature out right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so goofy. I love it.
Yeah. Always looking around.
Can observers use the emotes? Oh, answered my own question. Forget it.
What's the answer? Share it with everybody.
The heart emote works definitely. I don't know if the spin works. I don't know if does an observer have a back? Like what's on the back of an observer? I guess that's a little bit of a. It's gonna be an Easter egg one day.
The observer can't. It itself it can't see, so it has no idea. It's never seen what its back looks like.
It's kind of deep, right? It just puts out-
Ironically.
Ooh, Goobs. Observer Isla.
How did you generate all these names? Like, what's is there a specific source you're using, or like also like specific cultures, or is it cross cultural?
I think it's cross cultural. This was kind of a last minute thing because they were originally just random hashes, but we thought it'd be fun to have some human readable names, and so this was kind of a last minute. We wanted to do it, but it was not originally part of the spec for this release. But we were like, "F it, we'll just do it." So we found a list of like 1,000 or 2,000 names, and yeah, I'm really happy that we did add that. I'm Observer Levi. All right, Levi.
I believe all the names are 4 characters or less, right? We didn't go with
Yeah.
anything above that. And I believe, I could be wrong on this, but I think they are popular baby names in the year 2022. Pretty sure that's the way we went with that. So you got any popular baby name that's like 4 letters or less. So it's kind of a unique. Yeah, Nim is very popular. Thrax, believe it or not. I'm Taylor.
Oral. Okay.
Oral. Mike Gallion with the jackpot.
That's a good one.
Good stuff. Yeah. Year of our Lord here. Ella, that's a good one. No future.
Yeah, I logged out to test, all the features. It's allowing me to place, I was able to put down a lamp. I could upgrade if I wanted to. So I was like, okay, cool, everything's working.
Penske drops on a good point here. If you find a name you really enjoy, you're kind of like, you're going to stay in the game longer than you normally would. You want to say goodbye.
They are one of one in the sense that you shouldn't have any repeats in the same session, so you shouldn't see any other orals anywhere. If we have more than 2K players, we'll bump it up to 5 letters for the names. But I mean, we're probably not. We could have more than 2K observers at some point, so it's not too hard. We'll just increase the list.
Does anyone else feel like kind of guilty, in the Gotchiverse? Not a Navagachi.
Just
Is that
watching.
just me? Just watching. Imposter syndrome.
Turn on spillover, watch everyone scramble.
That's when it will feel really bad, right? When the spillover hits.
What are
and you're
these
like,
guys doing? Why can they pick up these tokens and I can't?
Yeah.
We're probably at a one of the original designs had, if you notice, like on the right side where it usually says your Alchemica. I think we're probably going to add a button to get an Avagachi. Just this feature is locked. Get an Avagachi.
Yeah, we need to make it like super easy for people to just be like, screw this, I want an Avagachi, I want the full experience. Let me go borrow one, buy one, whatever. What do I gotta do? So we're pretty close in that respect. I think Halloween will be a good first time for that.
Halloween with the pumpkins and everything. I think it's going to be cool. And we should promote that on Twitter and stuff, and try and get some other communities to just come in as observers and see how we do our Gotchi parties.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity for outreach, and Halloween's always a good time. We'll have a good time in the Discord. We'll have a good time in the Gotchiverse. The observers will have a good time, but they'll also be hopefully seeing these smashing pumpkins and being like, damn, like, are you telling me all I have to do is like go learn how to spend 0.1, 0.2, 0.3 Matic, and I could be in there with everybody else? Seems very reasonable. I guess, Dan, if you want, we could leak a little bit more about the Halloween party. I'm just so excited about it. I mean, we got everybody here.
I mean, we already told them about the ducks. What else is there?
Fucking ducks. Fucking ducks. Yeah, the ducks, and then also there's just this idea of we won't get too specific, but like I think it's safe to give everybody a heads up. You know, a lot of the people here on the call were really big on the mosaics competition, the decorating, and honestly, those mosaics went way beyond personally my expectations, and a lot of people on the team. Like, you guys were just like, the competition was so fierce and the creativity was off the charts. So we want to keep going with that. And so look forward to, I'm not going to get into too much detail, but something similar for the next week. In the next couple of days, you're going to see something coming very soon where if you guys want to keep decorating, keep doing something with the crafting, there's going to be plenty of incentives and rewards on one side of the spectrum, and a lot of really, really cool, awesome decorations coming out of the Pixelcraft Studios that you guys will be free to craft if you want to. So we're not going to release what those are and all those details yet, but look forward to some very cool opportunities here for decorating for Halloween in the next couple days. And Zico with the duck decoration. Obviously, it's going to be a duck. Yeah. It'll be a mallard, whatever you want.
Did you say this mosaic themed hint that you gave us, this is going to be for Halloween, or is this going to be a different event?
Well, it's not specifically mosaics, but like, let's say you already have a bunch of mosaics and you want to rearrange them, or you want to pick up a few more mosaics and use those in concert with some different designs that are specific to Halloween, some new crafts. That's something you're going to be able to do. And I see we've got Neon Kong here on the call who may be able to share a little bit more on this aspect of what's coming up with Halloween. So, Neon Kong, welcome. Good morning.
Good morning, Jesse. Good morning, fam. How's my voice? Is it super bassy? Or is it?
Yeah.
It's the opposite of
It's
helium.
actually, yeah, it's actually not as helium as usual.
Oh,
It's like we don't even know you. I think it's super bassy.
yeah. Well,
It
speaking
threw me
of,
off.
I may be bassy, but I was wondering if you were baked, because I was listening to you, Jesse. I'm like, dude, great information, but the speed of speech. I'm like, you sound like you're enjoying yourself, and this event, which is awesome. So, speaking of Halloween and awesome, yeah, been hard at work on some exciting stuff. Jesse, I don't know if you did you end up tweeting a sketch at all?
No, we didn't. We
There we
didn't
go.
put that out yet. We should drop that. I could do that like
Holding it back
right now.
Holding back that alpha.
Yeah, it's a chicken scratch sketch, but that's how these designs you'll see were born. I mean, they were born with some discussions and ideas and all that, but then they became a very rudimentary sketch using my Remarkable 2, which is super awesome. I love it. And I was in a cabin in the woods when I sketched that stuff, visiting with family for the first time in 2 years because of COVID. And yeah, had a lot of fun with these some of the stuff for Halloween. We've got different team members who are working on different aspects of the Halloween. I'm not sure how much alpha we want to share here.
Drop some images.
Well, I did internally. I'm going to let Jesse or Dan choose what they want to share there, because there's a lot. And we've got some stuff you'll be able to craft, and stuff you'll be able to see just by being a part of the Gotchiverse, entering in as an observer or as your Gotchi or Lent Gotchi. And then, of course, the event itself has some other cool stuff. So I know I'm speaking vaguely, but that's because I'm not sure what I can leak. I guess I could poke a hole in me and then see what comes out. But do you have any guidance there, Jesse or Dan? Like what's...
Yeah.
I feel like we should share what you just alluded to. We should tweet, which is the candy, the hard candy. Let's if I can tweet that out. If you give me permission, I'll tweet that out, and you can talk about it.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Oh, do we have that?
Well, it's the sketch.
Yeah.
So in essence, it's the tip. So just the tip, but for now. And that's going to be cool. I'm actually going to work on the actual graphics today. Just wrapping up a bunch of stuff for that works in conjunction with that. I hate speaking so generally. But anyway, it's like I said, we got some different team members in different departments working on. We've got Kate. I'm not sure if what her Gotchi name is or what her preferred name is, but she's doing some cool user interface stuff. I had an idea for actually, why don't we just discuss this? This is pretty low hanging fruit, so the community can hear some possible alpha in the discussion works, which is this morning at 4 when I couldn't sleep and I was thinking about the Gotchiverse, which is pretty much every day for me. I I was thinking about what do you think about for the event swapping out the emotes with Halloween themed emotes?
Ooh.
Yeah,
That would be
I'm all about that.
super easy for me to do. So I didn't think yet what those could be, but you know, we've got slots for them, and it would be easy to do that. But that, if you can extrapolate from that, you can start to imagine some possibilities from there. But there's new stuff coming, and then there's some lower hanging fruit stuff that all combined should be super amazeballs. I'm really excited. So any questions that don't require too specific of an answer? I mean, you can ask about process, of course, but details aside, because I'm going to let Jesse and Dan kind of decide what we want to leak here in this hangout. I mean, it's coming right up, so it's we'll definitely be sharing. Gravy and the crew will be masterminding, or will have already masterminded, but they'll be executing the plans for the marketing of this stuff. But yeah, any questions or
I like
throw my way?
I like this guy. I'm gonna drop this guy because I think pretty epic. We've
Where are
already
you
alluded
these, by the way.
in the art release.
Okay.
I'm gonna tweet it too. You guys can go.
So it's not smashing the pumpkins, it's pummel the pumpkins. I like that.
And this is a duck, by the way.
I think the main point here is like so many. Well, really, every year, actually, every year we've done this. This is the third year running. We always emphasize Halloween. Like, it's always a good time. We're literally ghosts, guys. So it makes sense. So this year we're probably going to have this is a duck. Go to Dan. Nobody else will get that, but I think it's great.
Gotta remember the inside jokes.
Yep.
Everyone go just reply with "this is a duck" or something duck related.
Quack. And there's a lot of alpha in that image. I love that drawing you did, Neon Kong. That is based on some early concepts on what we're getting towards, right? With what we're going to be able to do on next Saturday.
Yeah, that was just sort of a warm up brain fart sketch, but based on one of the early designs for I don't know if we can call it a character, but it's something interactable. And then we've got the stuff at the bottom of the image, which is alluding to the candy.
Yeah, there's a little bit more going on there.
Yeah. Like I said, the fake Gotchi stuff, so inspiring. So I want to echo the decorating, people customizing their parcels with tiles and rugs and decorations and stuff. So awesome. Every time I go into the Gotchiverse, it's inspiring to see all the hard work and time that was put into these giant mosaics. Super cool. But as Jesse mentioned, that's going to expand the palette soon with Halloween release to be able to do some more of that. So a lot of exciting stuff coming up literally
Yeah.
within a week, and certainly within 2 weeks.
It's our favorite holiday. We got to go hard.
People are really loving the sus bat.
Yeah, I just obviously was inspired by the sus butterfly. I call it the batterfly. Yeah, the actual production version is pretty cool. The butterfly was a bat all along. I don't know. Maybe he or she identifies as a duck. I don't know.
The batty fly.
Yeah, I like that. Maybe give a little frown. Where was that? Sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying, I'm still trying to decipher your hints. I'm still trying to decipher the hints. So I see you got the drawing, right? It says pummel the pumpkin, spooky prizes. I don't know. I'm lost, man. I'm trying to think about what this might be.
You're trying to fish for more clues.
Yes. Yes, one more clue.
Yeah. Actually, Zbot, I see a response in art release. Do you? I never asked you this, but do you have any sketches, like paper paintings or anything along the lines of how you develop the look for the Avagotchis or any of the characters? Because maybe you were out, fishing on a lake with a lightsaber, and you took a break after slicing all the fish when you reeled them in with ease, and you got to the choppa, and maybe sat down with your Remarkable 2 or whatever, maybe it was an actual sketchbook, and then drew some stuff. I never asked you that because I know you have, you're a really accomplished artist outside of this style. So your handmade gotchis coming as fakes. Sweet. That's super exciting. That also speaks to the bear market that's getting its butt kicked by the dude in the orange overalls. It speaks to me wanting to have more time so I can participate in these fake gotchis. I'm so inspired to just let my inner artist out. So in the meantime, I'm doing that with like the Halloween stuff and the other releases we either just released or are working on. Dan mentioned Combat. That's going to be a huge one. Yeah, when fake gotchi, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. The stuff that's coming out and the stuff that's going to come out is just going to blow minds. It's going to be exploded. That's actually maybe a release we should work on, is how people can patch together their pumpkin brains after getting blown. Yep. Tweet that.
Oh man. Yeah, that has me bullish.
That's classic. Yeah, the
This
list.
ducks all the way down.
Yeah. Have a feature release that's just each bullet point is duck, 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 duck. Maybe a goose in there every once in a while. All your duck are belong to us.
Okay, I'm getting word
I
from the devs.
appreciate
We
you
are
sharing
really,
some
really
of the
close
clues.
here.
Ooh.
Almost there.
Just a few more seconds.
So for this, it'll be the crafting of the NFT displays at this point?
Yeah, the NFT displays and the bounce gates should both be coming online pretty soon.
Yeah, a little bit of info about the bounce gates. That actually started as a 9-leveled installation for a different purpose. I mean, it's related, but not specific to the current design and use and deployment. And each, have we shared any images for the bounce gate yet?
Yeah, there's a video. Yeah, some video.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, of course. So the Gotchi inside the glass-like or glass-ish chamber increases in size over the course of the levels. So you end up with these giant, fat, floating Gotchis that it's made me laugh every time I looked at it. Anyway, the version that we have works too, but it's fun seeing the stuff that we develop and some of the stuff we put on the back burner, either for later or replace it and stuff. So we'll have an archive for those maybe someday. We'll have a special release. Maybe we'll have a physical release in some way that our new team member can manufacture, like a big coffee table, a GM coffee table book, like one of those oversized ones. Since nobody's publishing books anymore, I mean they are, but like a behind the scenes of the development of the Gotchiverse, like all of the stuff we went through to get to where we are. I certainly have quite a extensive treasure chest of stuff that didn't make it, some of it for very good reason.
Yeah, I think that would be epic to have some sort of a I don't even know what you call that, but you see it on like how things came to be. You watch these like documentaries or these segments people do. I think it'd be cool to do something like that.
Yeah, I don't know what the most popular interviewer is in the world right now, but it'd be cool to get, or maybe there's a tag team interviewing team that we could get on
You guys
board.
ever watch that? There's a series I watch sometimes. It's like you eat really spicy chicken wings and talk to this
I
guy.
love that. Yeah, that's super cool.
Yeah.
That's very entertaining. So we get Jesse, Dan, and Z-Bot on there, all burning their faces with chicken wings, or maybe spicy broccoli if you're not into the meat persuasion. But
they did have Jesse says if it's Sichuan. In the latest season, I've only watched one episode, but I did see he had like a new like a Sichuan style. It's like you guys probably have never had like real Sichuan, but it's like they have these like peppercorns in it that makes your mouth numb. They like
and
to
then your
eat.
brain explodes.
It's still spicy as hell, but your mouth is like numb through half of it.
Do you know what the Scoville count is?
I think it was pretty. I think it was pretty high, but yeah, I don't remember. It wasn't like the super high ones.
Yeah, the ones that burn my mouth are like in the 4 digits, but the ones I see in that show you're talking about, people, they eat like tens of millions of Scoville. I'm like, what?
Yeah. It's
I
like
don't even-
it's like off the chart. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't even comprehend how a human could consume that, let alone it not burning their throat as it goes down. And
Lots of milk.
yeah. That's another side topic. Milk we get from cows. We're drinking like from the teat of an animal. Interesting.
Deep thoughts with Neon Kong.
I wonder if you fed, some of those peppers to a cow and then you make like Szechuan milk.
Yeah.
Like spicy milk.
And then there would be no reprieve because you just drink milk, but it's already like infected the milk, so there's no Hail Mary to get you out of that mess.
Oh man, some jalapeno milk. That would be some next level. Yeah, you can't back out of that one.
Well, it'll come out.
There's the Scoville scale.
There we go. Thanks, Hefe, for the.
I one
Yeah.
time had a hot sauce that somebody put the tip of a toothpick on and it knocked me on my ass. It was
Whoa.
insane.
Yeah,
I don't know
man.
what Scoville was, but it was insane.
So if you eat a jalapeno, that's 2,500. If you eat a Hungarian, any Hungarians in the house? No. I've never gone, I think, above. Well, I mean, I've had Tabasco. Tabasco sauce is 30,000.
What?
That can't be right. Or maybe it's a Tabasco like pepper or something. It's got to be that. It can't be this.
It's probably the Tabasco pepper, because the reason why the Tabasco sauce is spicy is because they ferment the peppers, right, for like a really long time. So
There you go. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, somebody just Anthony Zombie Shepherd posted this bird popping. That reminds me, one of the games I worked on in the early 2000s was Shrek 2. And one of the funnest parts of that game, I didn't have a lot of time to work on it, but was the bonus round for oh my god, I can't even remember her name. Fiona. She sings to just like in the movie, singing to birds. I don't know how many of you remember that movie, but yeah, exactly. My swamp. And she sings, and so you basically there are these birds' nests in a tree, and she's singing. You're singing along with the soundtrack with her voice, and as I don't even remember what drops into the bird's nest, but you have to the buttons that you need to correspond and press, and as you press them, if you screw up, birds leave the nest, and then. The goal is to have all the birds, because at the very end, when she holds that high note that bursts the birds in the movie, then you burst all the birds in the nest. That was pretty fun. That was a fun project. Very collaborative, like this one. We'd have like brainstorming sessions, and we were working with DreamWorks. I didn't work with them directly, but our creative director did. So we get footage from the movie while it was being developed and stuff. That was super
Oh, that's neat.
exciting. It was also challenging because we had to develop a game about a movie that was being developed at the same time.
That you'd never seen before. Yeah.
Yeah, so kind of a little bit similar to what we're doing. The movie we're making is the experience everybody's seeing in real time, like you said earlier, like being built as we go.
Didn't you work on like Sonic the Hedgehog too, Nyanko?
Well, I worked on 2 Sonic games. Only one of them was released. The first one was called, it had many names, but the main one that it's referred to still is Sonic Extreme. And it was going to be for the Genesis, and then it was going to be for the 32X, and then it was going to be for the Saturn, and then it was going to be for some NVIDIA hardware that was Sega was going to do, and it ended up having 5 different platforms it was going to appear on. Not the Dreamcast, but what a journey that was. 3 years of a lot of hard work with a lot of team members, and for all sorts of reasons, that was sort of the project from hell. It got canceled, and it really sucked because Ofer Alon, the creator of ZBrush, created the editor for this project, and it was finally at the point where we could build worlds with it. Some really cool stuff that if we had had another year, potentially we could have had a really cool game. But instead, Sega ended up getting Traveler's Tales to do Sonic 3D Blast because they needed a Sonic game to release. And so that was sort of a dark chapter in my life personally. I got really sick on that project and learned a lot from it that changed me forever, basically. And then 20 years later, at a completely different company, I got an opportunity to work on another Sonic game, and that was Sonic Boom for the Wii U. And that project, the end result had some merit, but overall I wasn't very happy with what we completed. It was a great job for the time that we had left in the situation on the project and stuff. It was kind of another project from hell, but at least we released the game. And there was so much really cool stuff because the concept for that project was stronger with your friends. I think I mentioned this on a previous call. So it was all about teamwork. So there was a ton of cooperative explorations for the first year and a half of the project with really cool gameplay. And I remember implementing in the Crytek engine because that was my first time doing visual scripting. So previously I always had to rely on an engineer to create gameplay and stuff, but this allowed me to actually create it. And I tested all sorts of really exciting stuff. And inevitably within a month, Rayman Legends, it came out about, I don't know, 3/4 of the way through, and half the ideas I had come up with for this cooperative gameplay was in their game, and it worked just as I imagined the stuff we were. And I'm like, oh no! Oh, unfortunately, on that project, all of that stuff, 99% of it got canned because we just didn't have time as a whole team, and the focus was really to help promote the animation TV show that was coming out in concert with it, which that was another one, sort of like the Shrek 2 project, where it wasn't a movie, but it was a show that was coming out with a look that was being developed in concert with the look we were developing, and there was a toy line launch with it and all this other stuff. And so the focus needed to be on single player narrative. So the game ended up being multiplayer, quote unquote, but it was really just a single player game you could play with a friend. So that was disappointing because the cooperative stuff that we had in the works was, oh man, there were so many cool gameplay things. That was a regret. Unfortunately, I didn't have any control over, but anyway, that was a trip down memory lane with the Sonics. So Sonic the Hedgehog and those characters have a place in my heart forever, for sure.
Did you watch the new movie? Didn't they make a new Sonic recently?
Yeah, I didn't watch any of the movies, honestly. I'm sort of a... so when I joined Sega back in 93, the institute, Sega Technical Institute that I joined, had two sides. There was the Western side, and then there was the Japanese side. And it was literally divided by a hallway, and you had a key card. And if you had access, you could enter into both sides. And the Japanese side was the one responsible for making the 2D Sonic games. And at that time, Sonic and Knuckles hadn't come out. That that came at about 6 to 8 months after I joined. So I got to see that team working on that stuff. So they were the ones, the breadwinners, making the real Sonic games. There had been like a Sonic Spinball, which had a different style, which is because it originated from the Western side. That was led by Peter Morowick, who also had the concept for and did a lot of the character artwork for and game design for Comic Zone. That was his concept that he pitched. I also worked on that game. Super fun project. So quite a learning experience to find out when I joined there, thinking that the Sonic games were made there, that it was sort of a half-truth. But I did get to know and made friends with some of the Japanese team members, which later led me to working on a Japanese arcade team later at my stay there, and a lot of interesting experiences and stuff. But that's why when you get a job that even if it's at a small company, because I came from a very small company before that, once you get into a different pool of people, it's all about the people that you meet that makes all the difference. Sure, you'll hone your skills and you'll learn stuff and you work on cool projects, but really it's the people that definitely make the world go around. And as you make good relationships with those people, you're trustworthy, you stick to your word, you work hard, try to help people out and all that stuff. They remember that. And then when they join other companies, then you have opportunities. And that's really how most of my career has opened up, is literally through developed and stuff. Oh yeah, Altered Beast. That was developed by the team lead on Die Hard Arcade. That was a interesting project. Anyway, I could go on, but how are we? I don't want to blab all day, but we're
getting a hot fix for the installations are actually deployed on chain. There's just a filter bug on the front end that it's being patched right now, and once that's done, we'll have NFT displays live and bounce gates live. Getting real close. Sorry, friends. It's been a very complicated release with a lot of moving parts, so taking a little bit longer, but almost ready to have everything live, just as gas is spiking to 500. It's celebrating.
Can we put a DAO proposal to make a bot and just kill Zen? Can we do this? We have funds, right?
Yeah, I don't know how we would do that. I guess we'd have to mine all their tokens.
We need to get the Russian bot daddy on this. Deploy all his forces and just.
I'm sure they're all over it. I don't see, but it's going down so much. I don't see why people are still minting it. Why is it still profitable to mint at these gas prices? That's what I don't really get. It was like 0.0005 the other day. Now it's 0.0003, and yet people are still minting it. Did they give out more tokens the lower the price goes or something? Accelerate the death spiral? Yeah, Colin, what was I'm curious, what's your favorite JRPG?
Honestly, don't have a lot of experience. I mean, Final Fantasy VII was probably the most prevalent, but my favorite game that I consider an RPG was Zelda 1 for the NES. That game just blew me away. And I even, for designs for this game, nod to stuff in that game. There's such a good design all the way through. everything from the simplicity and elegance of the design, like the overworld and the underworld, and to the NPCs that you would meet, grumble, and all that stuff. But so I played more of the old school stuff as opposed to the new school. Like, I didn't try Final Fantasy VII Remake, but I definitely enjoyed that game. What's yours?
Yeah, I mean, I love me some FF7, but besides that, one of my favorite was Wild Arms. Anyone ever play that? Amazing soundtrack. The theme song is so good. I played a lot of JRPGs growing up. I played Wild Arms and Dark. I think it was called Dark Cloud. I don't even know if it's a JRPG, but what else? Lunar Silver Star also has a great soundtrack. Basically, I would just go to the video game rental and be like, "What new JRPG do you have?" Oh, and Legend of Dragoon was awesome. It was like a knockoff of I think they were trying to do Final Fantasy VII, and they just didn't quite get there, but it was still great. Mm-hmm. That's a great game. Great lore too. Like, it had a pretty in-depth story. Yeah, Thrax, you got the Wild Arms intro. Oh man, I still whistle that song sometimes. It's so damn catchy. Yeah, it's real niche. Yeah, honestly, I haven't really encountered a better theme song. I think there was one theme song from Kingdom of Hearts had a really great theme song, but still not as good as Wild Arms. Wild Arms is crazy. Yeah, Jesse said it sounds like a Western. It's a Western, but also like very futuristic. It's kind of, I guess we'd probably call it like, it's not quite steampunk, but it's like proto steampunk. It's set in the Western, but it has music, it has magic, it has like future technology. But yeah, it's like a proto steampunk kind of thing. Very cool game. A little mouse, yeah. Oh, looking at a screenshot here, I see a bounce gate on a parcel, guys. Here we go. We got the gates incoming.
Gates no longer gated.
See, looking for my NFT display. Oh man, I'm so pumped about these displays. We go hard.
Is there a specific summoning work that you're like planning on? Like, what's the first one you plan on trying to snag and throw into a display? Without, I guess, it's a biased question, but
I mean, I talked about it the other day. I definitely want to get the Gotchi Bowls family portrait. I love that one. But honestly, any of the summit works that we had, I mean, those were all really cool. I bid on some, but I didn't get any of them. Kind of sad. But there was definitely some pieces I want there, and then the rare designers piece is super good. But honestly, all the fake Gotchi pieces are awesome. So, gonna become a collector.
yeah, I have just crafted my first bounce game.
Nice. I'm gonna get me an 8x8 NFT display. Here we go. Yes, it's ridiculous.
I think I'm gonna have to log back out and log back in. I don't know if some people are having that issue.
Yeah, you're gonna have to restart that session.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
so
let's commence the. I was gonna say let's commence the Gotcha sounds and let's commence the alpha and Keck burn
Yes,
because
sir.
these are gonna
Yes,
be
sir.
using that.
So I'm gonna be getting off here pretty soon, but I did want to. So if you haven't read the blog post, the NFT displays, there's 8 different types. We got the 4x4, 4x6, 6x4, and 8x8. And obviously those are suitable for different aspect ratios. And then you have the Golden NFT display in the same types. And those, the golden ones, as is tradition, those are going to be mintable for only 2 weeks. And then they will be gone forever. But the normal NFT displays will be craftable forever. And the bounce gates are also, they're free, and they're also craftable forever. So if you're thinking of setting up a gallery, you want to display your NFTs in style, it might be worth picking up a golden NFT display. Not financial advice.
I was going to ask about the displaying the artworks. So the artworks are different aspect ratios. Are we able to take an artwork that has maybe like a portrait aspect ratio and somehow scale it to a square, or should we be thinking about what kind of displays we're minting here based on maybe the artworks we're trying to collect?
Yeah, I mean, you probably would want to, if you want to display a certain piece, you'd probably want to, get that size.
Just something to keep in mind, I guess, as these pieces are coming down the line. I should probably think about, I think most of them are squares, but there's a few, like the family portrait. I think that one's a portrait, or not a, yeah, portrait, but like, or landscape. It's a landscape aspect ratio, so. Slim's asking, can I put ETH asset in the display? Well, I think it's just fake Gotchi cards for now, right?
There is one ETH asset right now. Oh my goodness, it costs 0.48 Matic to equip something, but I'm gonna do it. There is one which is the Aavegotchi collab NFT. That one is available to equip, I believe.
Goobs asked a great question. Can parcels be sold with display/fake gotchis on them?
The display, yes. The art, no. The art, it's going to get reset when you transfer it. So unless, even if the person has it, it's still going to get reset.
I think China has a lot of those OG pieces. I missed out on that. That was before my time, actually. Anyone got some OpenSea links they want to share? People know what we're talking about. I think MetaGuild made a cool piece a while back too.
Yeah, maybe we could do vouchers too. Like if you still got hanging on to your vouchers, it'd be kind of cool, but I don't know. Might confuse people.
Yeah, the vouchers are super OG. That's again before my time. I came in when the Gotchis were coming out at that first launch, I think in May. That's when I joined. So there was a lot that already had happened at that point. Surprisingly, actually, there was a lot of stuff going on before that. So when was like the actual inception of the Discord? Like when did you guys actually make the Discord and all that? Like,
That
I'm
was
sure
like,
it was right before my time.
that was probably like in June, I guess, when we did our first tweet.
Was that like 1 year before the official release of the Gotchi Haunt ones?
Oh yeah, yeah. Basically leading up to the Haunt one, there was a whole agent mission thing that we did. It was like 12 missions, one every few weeks. That's where the agent shirt and like the set comes from. And so anyone who completed all the missions got this agent wearable set at the end of it when we minted the Gotchis in Haunt one.
Yeah, I missed the agent missions just by a bit there, you know, and they could have got that agent set, highly coveted agent set.
I will say I was one of the many who like came in right after that and was annoyingly like, "How can I do these missions?" Because I saw them and I was like, they were closed out at that point.
Yeah, there was a lot of alpha in the early days, and still a lot of alpha. I like to think we've had quite a steady stream of alpha over the years, and we'll continue that.
And I was just thinking about this the other day, how far we've come, because you know before Avagachi there were other projects building like Decentraland and like Axie Infinity and some of these other ones that have been around since like 2018, early 2019. And it's crazy to think that we launched the Gotchiverse less than a year ago, maybe like what 7 or 8 months ago, and we've already surpassed a lot of those projects in terms of functionality and you know bringing utility like to the metaverse.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's been crazy how fast the development has been happening, despite you know Avagachi. Like to say a couple years that's a long time. And
Yeah, I mean, it takes time to make a game. Making a DeFi protocol is actually quicker. You just get the code, you make the UI. But if you want to make a game, man, it takes it's a lot more work, a lot more effort, and the game needs to be fun. Decentraland has been in development for what, 6 years now? They did their ICO in like 20.
coming to Polygon, I think we're like positioned perfectly for that next adoption wave that's going to be coming. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm really excited.
I do want to announce that I built the bounce gate on the GMI headquarters and activated it with a little bit of glitter, and Zombie has already effectively come through it to the parcel.
Oh, let's try it out.
Oh dang! Was that the first?
I'm on my way, friends. I'm an observer, so I don't know what my name is, but we'll find out in a second.
The GMI.
Also, history right there, because that's the first one to pop up on that queue, I think.
Yep, that was the first bounce, I think.
We just got like 10 people all instantaneously just showed up. It's working.
Oh, I just came through. The bounce gate. These are the first inaugural bounces in the Gotchiverse.
Well done, Pixcraft team. This is working well.
I'm trying to.
Got that bounce gate right in the middle too.
I'm observer Adden or Aiden.
I'm observer
campfire.
I love this. So I guess I'm observer Dawn on it.
I'm on the left side of the bounce gate parcel next to Samantha and Coder Dan.
Oh wow, I can actually see you. That's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. So maybe we
can't
should
see the observers.
Yeah, we're fogging up your bedroom window, but you can't see us. Yeah, let me here. I'm gonna screenshot. Oh, did somebody just left or got kicked or dropped out? Let me screenshot what I see.
Yeah, drop that in our bugs channel. I just dropped a screenshot.
I'm creeping on Goobs right now. I'm right behind him. Just pointing little eyes, staring at him.
I noticed in your screenshot, Dan, did you turn off the glows for the Gotchis to improve?
Oh yeah, I did.
Okay. Yeah, I'm running on a 2017 computer. It seems to be running fine, but anyway,
Behind a massive firewall, so any performance improvement I can get, I'll take it.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. So, does anybody see? I'm gonna drop this in the art release. Anybody join through this? Sorry about the sound. Landscape.
Yeah, so on my stream, I'm the only observer here, but I see all the other Gotchis. There's like a dozen at least, and then
You're
me.
Dawn.
Yeah, I'm observer Dawn.
You're speaking of Russians. Did you ever see that movie Russian Dawn? Or wait, no.
Wait, maybe not. No, wait, Red Dawn?
Yeah, Red Dawn. Thank you. There you go, hardcore. You're on it. Yeah, that's strange. Let me type up stuff muted.
Anthony, I actually just watched that Conan video today. I've been watching occasionally just when I'm eating lunch, I'll watch Conan's videos. They're so funny. And I just came across that one today actually. So good. He's got all his makeup on and stuff. Oh, Goobs got hit on the Gotchiverse. Uh-oh. Are we going to get canceled? When are we going to get BuzzFeed writing, or who is it now? Daily Beast writing articles about? I don't even want to go there. So ridiculous.
Scandalous Gotchis.
The Observer's leering at me. Alright, I'm gonna. Oop.
No way. Was that in Meta? Is that what happened?
Yeah.
That article?
So bad.
Definitely not the friendly metaverse you thought you'd be in.
I heard they've spent $15 billion on their metaverse so far.
Or is that how much they've lost? Because they've lost.
I don't know. I don't know how that figure is made, but
they've run into a new Coke problem, I think. I don't know if you guys remember that. There was a guy
Yeah.
that came in to reinvigorate Coke to make new Coke, and everybody hated it, and the company lost all this money. So
I mean, Zuckerberg's their stock has gone from like $300 to like $120. So he's not even in the top 10 of fashion, like of billionaire wealth anymore.
Fading those FANG stocks was like, ooh, so good. So good. Yeah, Harambe, that video, a lot of people think that was the market top for us. Like when she came out with that, we're all going to make it thing.
Yeah. Oh, that was so cringe.
I think the actual top was when X-Copy released Max Payne. That was that looked like the top for me. Like this piece it's going to be iconic, but maybe for many reasons.
I was sad when Beeple, he did his piece and then he sold his like $69 million of ETH. I don't know if that was the Pico top, but that was pretty top behavior.
Yeah, Sotheby's has gotten deep into the NFT game now. Christie's too. These traditional auction houses buying. In a way, maybe it's a good thing. I don't know, getting more mainstream attention and recognizing digital art as being art. Part of the true art world. So. When fake Gotchi being auctioned off at Sotheby's?
Yeah.
They've already had a couple rare Pepes go through there, so I can see why not.
I could totally see it. It's a community made project, so it's up to everyone to, to shill it and get it out there. Get a card, give it to a friend. We got 2,535 art pieces to work with.
I'm looking forward to the lore that's going to come out of this, because there's plenty of Avagachi lore to play off of to make really cool cards. Senor asking, when raffle? Do you have an idea of when that might be, roughly? Like if it's going to be in a couple months, or if we might hear about it in a couple weeks, kind of thing?
For fake Gotchis?
We were going to do some kind of a raffle, I think, for fake Gotchi cards, right?
Yeah, it's coming pretty soon. It's just been a lot of shipping recently. We just gotta get everything one by one done. But yeah, it's coming pretty soon.
Nice. That's going to be fun. I feel like people are going to go into pretty heavy into that. There's a lot of opportunity with the fake Gotchi cards. Even if you're not creative, you could definitely find artists that would be willing. There's this whole royalty conversation going on right now, and I feel like you can be pretty loud about our dual streaming royalties that we're introducing here, and really show artists that there's a huge opportunity here for you to come and showcase your work and get recognized for it too.
Yeah, there's actually a huge opportunity here for the dual streaming royalties, and maybe it's not just dual, maybe it's just multiple streaming royalties, and we can take the contract we've designed and make that something more generalized that other projects can latch onto and make use of. Maybe it becomes an EIP or something that can become valuable for the wider Ethereum community.
Actually, that leads to a good question. Like, Can you see a future where you make it more than just the dual? Because like I'm currently talking to a couple people and working on a collaboration that's 3 artists, and we're like trying to figure out like basically the streaming. Like I was basically going to give up my cut just because I want to do the art, you know. But if we can do a split to 3 in the future, that'd be great.
Well, you can always make your own contract and then just have it auto split there. It's just kind of a part of the discussion on royalties and why EIP 2981 only has one contract address. Because there's all sorts of combinations. And really the simplest solution is just to make a simple splitting contract that takes all the funds and then splits them out at whatever percentage you want. So that would be the easiest way. Because it's going to support 2. I don't think we're going to expand too much on that.
Okay, yeah, I'll look into that.
Yeah, as it stands now, I think the standard basically just supports 2 different wallets, right, Dan? It doesn't support multiple wallets beyond the one A and B, and so we are looking into that, and it looks like they had a conversation about multiple wallets, but they just want to delegate anything beyond those 2 to a splitter. And I think the cool thing about what we're doing is we're not trying to like create a system that fits everybody. Like say somebody that wants to send a stream to all 300, 400, 500 holders of a particular NFT. That's like a very different thing than what we're doing with fake Gotchis. We're trying to get it to the publisher, the artist, and like no futuristic, like you say, maybe there's a few more parties involved in the creation of an NFT beyond just 2. So you know, maybe we cap it at like 5 or 10 or a dozen, and try to create something that is useful for us, and then if anybody else wants to use it beyond that as well. And so, yeah, we're going to dedicate some energy into exploring that and seeing if there's something there.
Dope. I'll also figure out how to do a splitter just as it's something new to learn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I think in that EIP issues on GitHub, there's some people linking to a splitter contract. But yeah, it's if you search for EIP 2981 and then click on the GitHub for it, you can read that GitHub. It's pretty interesting. They talk about royalties a lot, and I'm pretty sure someone dropped a link to a splitter there.
I see a Robness reference. I would love to see some Gotchiverse themed trash art in fake Gotchis. Somebody reach out to a brother. Let's get that going. Yeah,
I think there's a huge potential. There's a huge potential, just like Robness get like these. We already started the fake train here. We got fake gotchis and fake rares. We got artists coming over and minting pieces on Polygon, skipping all the Ethereum stuff and coming from the Bitcoin blockchain XCP and coming here and recognizing, game recognized game, right? So I think there's huge potential to get more people over and more artists over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'd be super cool. I mean, if we could pull in Robinus, I'm a huge fan of everything he's done with the trash art, and if we could pull that in and see some of that kind of with the Gotchi palette applied and done right, that would be so epic. I would collect that immediately.
Yeah, who are some other artists that you guys would love to see? Now that we've done this first wave, honestly, it'll be easier So we can be like,
Mhm.
hey, you know, Rare Designer made a piece, Skeeny made a piece, you should make a piece. It makes
Yep.
it easier to have that kind of social proof already. That's why we did put a lot of effort into the outreach for this first wave, and we wanted to make sure that we're, you know, starting the collection off with a bang.
Yeah, I'm surprised you guys got like Stina Jones in there because she's been featured in like Christie's auction house and stuff.
Yeah.
Like her pieces are up there, so you got some big names, you know, and that just starts the conversation, you know, because the art community in Web3, a lot of people are familiar with each other's work, so if they see Dark Farms making a piece, it's like, oh, I might want to make a piece there too.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think what Dan's saying is now that it's live and people can be like, oh, this is the queue. This is how it works. I can look at it. I can understand it right away. That is a much easier proposition than a white paper or, you know, a proposal. So we're really lucky with where we are, and it would be really cool to continue that tradition and continue the outreach. We don't stop now. Pixelcraft will continue to outreach and talk to people like Robness and anybody else that wants to, you know, consider creating with us and contributing to this very organic collection. But the DAO and individuals here can also do so. So, yeah, pretty stoked for where we are. Love how smooth the launch has gone, and yeah, that would. But somebody mentioning Robness, that's totally at the top of my personal Christmas wish list for sure.
Just a quick question. Floor Sweeper posted a screenshot here of his NFT display in the build menu via like the upgrade menu, and he sees like an Alchemica request. Are there upgrade levels to the NFT displays?
No, there shouldn't be. Hold on, I'll check that out in a sec. There's only one level to the NFT display. Yeah, I don't know why it says upgrade. Where did you see that? I've never seen that in that before. How interesting.
Upgrade it, Floor Sweeper.
Yeah, see what happens. Yeah, what would an upgrade for your display case look like? Would you just get like a larger one or better frames? Doesn't quite make sense.
I wouldn't do it. Yeah, I wouldn't try. If it does let you, I probably wouldn't. It might bug your parcel. It's weird. I click on mine. I don't actually see that menu. I'm not sure how you're in the upgrades panel. Oh yeah, upgrade. Let's see what happens. Or what happened? So what happens if you upgrade it? Does it let you do the transaction? Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't know if I'd try it, but well, I will definitely look into that. So yeah, because these none of these have upgrade. Like the next level is 0. That's in the code, so I don't think it's gonna actually go through. But it's kind of funny.
Your gotchi's gonna like explode if you try.
I'll add it to our bug list though. I assume the bounce gate also says that.
I gotta get off here, guys. But this was a really fun hangout. Lots of good conversation. Hearing from all y'all and Nyan Kong coming up here. It's been good. I'm gonna experiment with the bounce gates and be minting some NFT displays this week for some pieces.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably should get off too, friends. It's getting late here, but this is super good, and we will. If there's any bugs, we will prioritize those. Make sure we get those ironed out, and yeah, should be a very good weekend and a hangout and going into Halloween here.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to see how you guys are going to use these bounce gates.
Also, the AMA with Polygon Studio or Polygon, that's in their Discord tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern or 2 p.m. UTC.
I believe that's right. Yeah. Not looking at the calendar. I think that's correct.
If you could drop a link for that, because I guess I have to join their Discord now.
Yeah, I'll add that and just second what everybody said. This was a great hangout. So we've got a lot to work with here over the weekend, and then that'll lead into Halloween, and it's going to be pretty badass. But yeah, I'll get the Polygon AMA pulled up, drop some links. Hope everybody can come out, show support, ask questions, and we're just going to try to spread the word about what we just released tonight, and also the fake Gotchis and how it all ties together and bodes well for the future of the Gotchiverse.
Yep. Have a great day, friends. See you.
Well done. See y'all later.
Take it easy,
All
friends.
right. Peace, guys. Bye.
Later, friends.